Welcome to another tutorial on MATLAB. In this particular tutorial series, we are looking into the e-drive or the electric drives and how it works in electric vehicles as well as for the hybrid electric vehicles. So when it comes to the electric vehicles or hybrid electric vehicles, there is a possibility that we need to charge the vehicle by means of some charging port. So in this case, we need to know how the charging protocol works and how it coordinates with multiple components. So based on this, we already seen the control pilot, how it works and how it basically do the control action while the charging process is ongoing. But till now, we have not seen how the flow looks like in the entire charging process. So we have here multiple components. The system gets to know that there is a charging facility available, and through that we can do some charging. So the first component in this process is the proximity sensor or the proximity pilot, which we see in the charging port. So there are two ports additionally along with the power supply. In this case, the power supplies are AC and DC, and the two additional pins are proximity pilot and the control pilot. So proximity pilot is a device or is a circuit which is the first line where we will be knowing that there is a charging plug available. So based on multiple states of the proximity pilot, we will be able to know that whether the charger is plugged in or it is not plugged in, whether the driver is holding the charger or not. Proximity pilot tells about those things. Once the proximity pilot says that the charger is connected, then only the control pilot takes the action. So once the control pilot comes into action, it does some process or does some actions. So first thing it will do, it will close the pre-charge circuit. So basically we will also see how this pre-charge circuit works. So this is the first closure of the grid or the power supply to the battery, or this type of circuit usually are being used where we will be connecting to high voltage areas with some safety mechanism. So in that case, you will see there is a pre-charge circuit that is available, and usually it is done at the first switching process. So what here control pilot does is, so this sends a signal to the pre-charge circuit to close, and the closing process we will see in the future videos. Once this closing process happens, the current starts flowing, and once the current start flowing, then we need to regulate the current. So that is done with the help of some PWM, which we have already seen in the control pilot video. It represents through the help of this PWM, and we will be able to control the width of this pulse, how much time it is on and how much time it is off. So based on this, we will be able to control the current. But the first thing over here is, do we need to flow the current? Because if there is the battery which we have is fully charged, so suppose we have a battery which is fully charged like 100%, then in that case maybe we don't need to charge. So this will be like we are overcharging our battery. So what control pilot will do, it will not close this pre-charge circuit. It will not allow the pre-charge circuit to close. The flow will break here in this part. But if there is a need, like you have around 90% of SOC or 60% of SOC you have, then in that case, there is a need of charging the battery which is there in the electric vehicle. And in that case, signaling will be done, as we already seen that there is a need of charging, then the third switch will get closed. And once that switch get closes, then control pilot knows there is a need of charging, then it will close this pre-charge circuit and current will start flowing. So this is the entire scenario, how the process works. In a summary, if we see how this process is working, First is the proximity pilot, which tells like whether the charger is connected or not. Once this charger is connected, we will be taking the control with the help of this control pilot, and control pilot will tell like whether there is a charging need or not through the battery. So the battery will decide like, do I need to do the charging process or not? And once this is decided that we need the charging to happen, then control pilot will close the pre-charge circuit. Helps to close the pre-charge circuit. It do not regulate the control of pre-charge circuit, but gives a signal that we can do the charging. So pre-charge circuit will get closed, and once that is done, the current will flow. Now how it will regulate? It will regulate the current with the help of this PWM pulse. So this is the entire process, how it looks like. Till now, we have seen this control pilot part. We will be seeing also the proximity pilot, which is the intro part. Post to that, we will be trying to develop the models for control pilot as well as for the proximity pilot using Simscape library. Then we will be jumping into the concept of pre-charge circuit, how this thing works, where it can be applicable. And later on, we will also try to develop a model and try to see how much current is going with the pre-charge circuit and how much current is going without the pre-charge circuit, so that we can distinguish between these two scenarios, and we will be able to understand it at a deeper level. In case you are liking the video, please consider subscribing. In case you have any comment or query, please let us know in the comment section. It will be more than helpful for us to improve the content for the eDrive session. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.